So far to date, I have partially dislocated my neck, both of my shoulders, both of my kneecaps, my hip, the MCP joint on my hand, and the top of the finger. Most of my body at certain times has come out.
It's caused my digestive tract to be paralysed, and I've been fed through every type of tube feeding that there possibly is.
For me, it's mostly my legs that have constant chronic pain that gets worse whenever I'm standing up.
At my worst, it felt like I had broken glass in my hips.
A lot of my organs were starting to shut down. I couldn't heal from injuries. My hair was falling out. We're born with this and we will never be free of it while we're alive on the planet.
You can think of the connective tissue as a glue that holds your body together. It's also the most abundant tissue in your body. So if something goes wrong here, the effects can be systemic and they can also be pretty debilitating for the patient.
The way it was described to me was that everyone is held together with super glue, and people with Alzheimer's syndrome are held together by chewing gum.
Typical symptoms include joint instability, tissue fragility, gastrointestinal issues, and difficulties with regulating your heart rate and blood pressure.
A common thing within EDS is that you can go through a range of different diagnoses and nothing really fits.
Hypermobile EDS used to be considered rare with an estimated prevalence of 1 in 5,000, but more recent research has shown that it might be as common as 1 in 500. The fact that there isn't currently a biomarker or gene means that a significant proportion of clinicians don't believe EDS is a real disorder. But as someone that lives with EDS, I know what I have is real, and what other patients have is also real.
You start to doubt yourself, and so that can cause a lot of mental anguish on its own. I even attempted suicide twice because I felt there was no real hope for my future. The moment that I was diagnosed with Alzheimer's syndrome was maybe one of the happiest moments of my life, even though it's an incurable, sometimes progressive condition.
It really does affect everything. There's not an element of my body that actually functions normally. I spent just shy of 5 years as a hospital inpatient, and we basically progressed through the ladder of tube feeding. I was doing my uni degree from a hospital bed, and I look back and I often do wonder how I actually got through that period of time. I'm fed with special milk and a pump, and I'm connected to this 24 hours a day. That obviously has a massive impact on your life in so many different ways, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, socially.
You know, trying to explain to someone, yeah, sometimes my joints are just gonna fall out. Okay, well, maybe we can't make those plans. Maybe we can't have some of those experiences because I've got to take care of my body first. I have had to change a lot about my life. I was modeling when I was a teenager, and I was a singer for a while, and that involved standing in one spot in heels, and I realized that was something I was gonna have to give up.
I've been out of school for over a year now because of health complications. And during that time, I've been really focusing on EDS advocacy projects. You can't win this fight alone. When your body's working against you, you need everyone around you to be working with you.
A lot of us are finding our way through this together. But for the public, it's very hard to understand, and they often don't really believe that experience is real.
I look young and I look generally well, so it can be quite difficult to deal with because you're actually dealing with all these things and no one can see it.
Being able to research this mystery condition is something I really enjoy. On the other hand, I'm having to research my own condition and find these answers on my own. The scientific and medical field should be leading the way, trying to help patients.
I want to stop losing people to complications with EDS because someone saw them and believed them.